cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself, can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand, boy, you is not eating, man.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Lions take over first down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 3rd and 2, Hammond. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. The Lions had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Hammond. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on 1st down. Hammond, pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
To throw on 2nd down, Hammond. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
Okay, great.
Back to throw. Hammond eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And complete to Drake London. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. This pass is caught by London. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 and 6 and went out in the 1st round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last series form a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. It'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Operating from the gun, Hammond. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his man, London, right side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Ritter's throw complete. This is London. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6? Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around. Pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Lions will take over.
Check back, 69, back to 60.
On 1st and 10, Hammond. Open man right side is St. Brown. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shy more than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Hammond. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Hammond. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Hammond. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throw left side, there's London. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
play fake. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Scotty Miller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think.
He's got a man, complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Patterson, touchdown, Falcons. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Looking to throw on second down. Hammond out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. Swift going to try up the middle. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
To throw on second down, Hammond flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Hey, check that, street.
On third down, Hammond. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Hammond. And that's out to the flat for Swift. He's got room at the 30. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards to gain there on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Buying time to it, and he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Credit that sack to D'Angelo Malone. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hammond. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. It's Miller, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Run the ball. Run the ball.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
They'll go. It's Patterson.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Throwing on third and long. Hammond. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
He's going to keep this again.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down.
But that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Touchdown!
So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator, and they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter, and I don't see them looking back.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. They've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Troy Anderson, his second sack of the night. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hammond. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch.
Touchdown, Falcons! Drake London with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
Throwing on 1st down. Hammond. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Come on. Hey, man, Franco.
Looking to throw. Hammond. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Second time. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Now Patterson to start the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once more, they turn to Patterson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.